So the crema is not a gauge, c'est pas un gage de qualité. Du tout.
Guilty of that.
But of course, you're Italian, you're from the South, you're Sicilian, you're like, ma, da sta cream, G cream, da fe fa schif. But you see, the Southern Italians don't drink coffee like they drink it in the north of Italy, no?
He says, what I would tell any entrepreneur that thinks they're going to disrupt, you have to be 20 times better, at least.
You told me 3 to 4 coffees a day?
Personally, yeah.
Espresso? Always?
Yeah.
Any milk?
Macchiato. I like milk.
Yeah.
I like milk. Sundays, I'll have a...
Cappuccino.
Yeah, when I have milk. But
Yeah. See, espresso, we get some good ones in Montreal. Cappuccinos, a little harder to find. Like a Roman.
This weekend, I went to Caffettiera.
Okay.
Downtown.
Yes.
I swear, it's the closest cappuccino I've had than from the original cappuccinos I have in Italy.
Good. Tell me, how'd you have it? Did you have it in the to-go cup?
No.
Okay. You had it there?
Yeah.
Because that's a big... I would call it an issue. I don't like... Well, I have it when you have no choice. You go to McDonald's, Tim Hortons, fast. You have it the to-go cup. But and even when I have the to-go cup, my thing is you can't drink it with the cap on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It changes everything because the cappuccino is a call for texture, right? The texture is there for a lot. So when we see like really high foam, or we see like very dispersed foam or very... I mean, the foam is supposed to be cream.
Exactly.
Right? So it's really a bummer when you get a cafe served and then you have a very foamy foam.
Oh, I despise it.
It's horrible. It's disgusting. The milk separates. Then most of the time the milk is over frothed.
Exactly.
So it's boiled. Therefore, it's sour. And then the coffee starts. Like, it's really bad. But if you go... Also, coffee, right, is a question of ratio. And the texture plays in, then the temperature of the cup plays in, right? The cups, they're on top of the coffee machine to stay warm. That plays a role.
A huge role, I'm sure. Once with the milk, one place we went to, I don't even remember, so I don't even want to say the name. I had to take the foam with my fingers off how airy it was. The bubbles.
It sucks. You have to know your style, and you have to go where they serve your style.
Yeah.
It's more a question of who's serving it, how well maintained the equipment is. Like, I mean, coffee is about... So people, they think coffee is about coffee. And then whatever machine you have, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But the truth is, coffee is about the synergy between the coffee you're serving, so the brand and the beans can mix, the blend that you have. The equipment that you have.
Yeah.
And the personnel, and the staff. So to have good coffee, you need to be able to map the synergy between those three things.
Exactly.
So people with economic machines can't go third wave because the machine's not going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
The grinder is not going to be able to do it. Then it's the other way around. Like, I mean, we have people with lower gam coffee machines and they buy Ely. Ely's like one of the most expensive, 100% Arabica, but then you have I'm not going to name anything. You have a shit machine to serve it. It's like literally throwing out money in the garbage.
Oh, yeah.
You're really better buying a coffee that has a lower quality of beans and a lot less brand value.
Yeah.
Because quite frankly, you're paying for a lot of it. Although, I mean, Ely's great coffee. Because your machine can process it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So I know you want the brand. Okay, but you need to spend a bit more on your machine if you want to extract what that coffee is able to give you.
Exactly.
So, and then they don't have staff. So you have great 30K on the machine, $50 a kilo on the coffee, but then you get to the counter and they don't know how to froth milk.
Yeah, exactly.
How useless is that?
Yeah.
So I don't like to say I sell coffee. I like to say I'm a professional in a synergy of those three things to make the business make money with coffee, right?
You're a coffee consultant.
Truly, that's what we do, right?
An educator.
I help you sell more better coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
If it's better, you sell more. How to make it better? Control the size of your cups. Control the size of your to-go cups. Make sure the ratios are right. Make sure the staff is trained properly. Make sure they froth the milk properly.
Exactly.
Then you can go crazy and buy $80 a kilo if you want to.
Yeah.
If you want to do it. But why are you gonna spend so much money on coffee when you have a shit machine, a shit grinder, and stuff that doesn't know how to use it?
Exactly.
So if that's your case, you need to lower the quality of the beans that's inside, have something that's more accessible to the taste, something that the machine is not gonna, because the higher, the fancier it is, the coffee, the harder it is to extract properly. So if you want a coffee that's easy to serve, that you always have crema on top, that anybody of your staff can do it, even if they don't press the right way or if they don't grind it perfectly, even if today they didn't adjust the grinder, you need a coffee that's more easy to work with.
Exactly.
So you need some Robusta, so you need something that's perceived as lower quality, okay? That's not like the finest of the finest. But chances are you'll serve better coffee doing that.
Exactly.
So better cappuccinos, you know? And then you have to control your staff.
I love the science and the art part coming together as one.
Because people, they focus on the art part all the time. But nobody cares about the equipment.
Science, yeah, of course.
But the coffee machine is a natural product that is unstable and it goes through a machine before it gets to your mouth. So it's not like buying a bottle of wine. It's already been processed.
Yes.
The coffee, when you buy a freaking bag of coffee, it needs to go through your machine first.
Yeah.
And then all the elements, the temperature, the stability of the temperature, the way you tap it, the grind, the size of the grind, the freshness of the coffee. Like, is your grinder able to grind fine enough? Is your machine able to push enough so that the grind that needs with the, like, it's a synergy between all those variables. And that's what we are specialists at, is say, okay, you have 10K for your equipment. This is the type of coffee you should be using. This is the type of equipment that fits with your budget. And this is how you're going to need to train your staff so that you serve consistent coffee.
Exactly.
That's, you know, the synergy.
I love it. We're on a mission too.
It's so important.
To caffeinate Montreal.
I am on a mission.
Or Quebec.
It's true. I'm on a mission.
No, it's beautiful. I love it.
And some people, they can't do it. They need pods. What am I going to tell you? But it doesn't matter.
The pods. Yeah, but some. What about the pods? Some are decent. There's some from Italy, no?
But yeah, that's what I do. I've been doing this for years. I sell pods. They're biodegradable pods. I have pods and beans, right? I have it all. Come. It's right here. So the pods are in here. You open your bag. You drop it in. Make the coffee. That's it. You don't need no barista. You don't need nobody that knows how it works. It makes a super decent coffee. You have your espresso. Look at it. If you can't serve coffee like this with your staff, you're better off with the pods.
Exactly.
But you can't be a coffee shop.
No,
you have to be something that serves coffee
a
on the
restaurant
side.
Can serve this?
Restaurants, boulangerie, bakeries, pastry shops, offices. So you see?
I love it, yeah.
So isn't it better to serve that than a shit coffee?
You're 100% right. This is so simple for anybody that's not a coffee specialist.
Exactly. I think there is a very snobbish element that was introduced to coffee in the recent years.
Okay.
That's not fair. It's not fair. Coffee is not about being snobbish. Coffee is about what you're tasting in your mouth. A lot of brand capital has been introduced to it as well. What's important is, how does it taste?
Exactly.
Is it good in your mouth? Do you like it? Is the texture good? That's what she said. Is the texture nice? Do we have, you know, like, how's the body? How's the crema? And also, crema is not everything.
Tell me. I was just gonna say crema is everything, but on a superficial level. But tell me how I'm wrong.
If you have Robusta in your coffee, which is the cheapest type of bean, right? The cheaper type of bean, you have more crema.
Oh.
So 100% Arabica will make less crema, although the beans are much more delicate and expensive. And the blend is much more fancier.
Okay.
So the crema is not a gauge, c'est pas un gage de qualité. Du tout.
Guilty of that.
But of course, you're Italian, you're from the south, you're Sicilian, you're like, ma, das sta grim, da fa schif. But you see, the southern Italians don't drink coffee like they drink it in the north of Italy. In the north of Italy, they have more 100% Arabica, there's less crema. But for people from the south, they're used to Napoletano, Siciliano, c'è un caffè, c'è dure, toast, you know what I mean? Like, it's hardcore, you know? There's a lot more Robusta in it. It makes a lot more crema. The second thing, a problem with it. So coffee, when it's been just roasted, makes a very big crema that vanishes really fast. And that's no good, because coffee needs to rest after it's been roasted. And that perception of the crema really, really shit up. That's Nespresso's publicity encouraging everybody that, oh, the crema is the quality. It's not true. Of course, you need a bit of crema, but it's not because there's less that it's better, and it's not because there are more that it's better. Most of the time, when there's like crema that you need to when there's this, the coffee is too fresh. And what you want is the crema to stay in your cup. It has to be thick. It has to stay on the side. You know, when you finish your coffee, and then you see the swirl of crema on the side. When it's really thick at the beginning and then it vanishes, ça fait des petites bulles sur le côté, but that's shit. That's because...
Okay. Yeah, no. I'm not saying that's fine.
But there you go. So, but in your cup, it was like the crema was like, wow, it's huge. And then it vanishes away. Coffee's too fresh.
Exactly.
You know, that's what I mean. It's like a lot of blow mine has been going around with the coffee.
But tell me if I'm wrong. When I have an espresso, I want the crema there, and I want it to stay until the end. That thin layer on top, but always I want to see the crema on top. Am I wrong? Is something wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong. You like Southern Italian style coffee.
Okay.
So if you go to a Southern Italian style place and there's no crema, there's a freaking problem. There has to be, because there's Robusta in their blend and it's made for that, and we want it to be like that, and it needs to be pungent, and it's made to be there in the milk, and it needs to be like chocolatey, amaretto, like along those lines of taste. But if you go to a completely different place, like let's say a third wave place, sometimes there's a lot less crema on the coffee, unless it's freshly roasted. That's another thing. They say, no, the coffee needs to be freshly roasted. It's a lie. The coffee needs to rest a bit.
Exactly.
Because it needs to develop its flavors. It's a bit like wine.
Yeah, exactly.
Wine needs to rest.
We're talking about third wave.
Yeah.
Tell me. Okay, good. I was tippy-toeing because I didn't know how to say it, but I'm not a big fan, and a lot of people serve it. And even in the cappuccinos, it's hard to drink.
I personally, even as a cappuccino, I personally find I find it acidic. I don't enjoy it.
Exactly.
I never enjoy it.
Do people enjoy it? That's my question. Why are so many places serving it?
Well, I mean, it's like wine. It's like if you hate a specific type of wine and say, "Well, why are people drinking it?"
Really? Oh my! Because I find it a little more extreme. Like it's hard. It's hard. Like I touch it in the cappuccino, and you're like, "Oh no, they put third wave in here."
I agree.
You see, when you put your sugar, you break the crema.
Yeah, so what?
Oh man!
But it changed nothing with the taste.
No, I know, but I just feel like it's so immaculate and it should stay pristine.
It's good, the crema.
Yeah.
But it's not
everything.
A seal of quality.
Approval. Okay.
It doesn't mean it's really good.
Yeah. But like at home, for example, when I make a quick one and I use the Bialetti, there's very little crema, but the coffee still comes out well.
It's different. It doesn't make crema like espresso.
Exactly. No, but I'm saying I can still enjoy a coffee without the crema, you know?
For sure.
So I'm not all crema.
No, I love the cafetiere. The cafetiere.
Teach us about the entrepreneurship in a couple minutes. When you get kicked down, but you got to get back up. That's the key of being an entrepreneur.
So you know what? I'm going to break that conception. At one point, you got to stop. Like if some shit won't scale. It's the cold hard truth. I think the most important thing is to be able to validate your numbers and to have a vision. I think the vision is the driver of everything.
My website's called 20x Vision.
There you go. So you understand very well. So I think in order to be able to get back up, I think you need a vision. So if something hits you down the legs and you fall and you have a clear vision of where you should be, that's when you're able to get up, because you're like, okay, this hurts, but my vision, I still see it. It's still attainable. As of if you have no vision and then you get down, what are you getting back up?
Yeah.
So I think the vision is what helps you get back up. And I think the vision is something that's important. Changing idea is not giving up.
Yeah. Pivoting. You got to pivot.
There's a huge, like doing something else or recognizing that this is not what you want to do is not a failure.
Yeah.
Right? You're allowed to change your mind, want to do something else, change your model, or drop it and go work for someone else, or automize it and let it run by itself and make money on the side. Yeah. I mean, I think people have been a little bit, I'm not going to say brainwashed, but sold on the idea of the entrepreneur that no matter what, never gives up. Truthfully, it gives shit like Fire Festival. Like if you don't recognize what is not going right and you don't have a clear vision of where it could go and how much money you can make and the way to fucking make it, I mean, sometimes it's good to just, okay, I tried this, it didn't work out, but I'm going to apply everything that I learned to do something else.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not a die hard, go forward until death. No, bro, sometimes you learn something and you can fucking do something else after. But have a vision. You need that vision. That's what keeps you, getting back up.
Okay, perfect. I love it. Way to end it. 20x Vision.